Hello there, and my name is James Disley here on behalf of WhatHouse and the WhatHouse show, which we're in the last week before it happens down at the Brighton Hilton Metropole, this weekend, in fact. And we're very, very lucky here to be joined by Kate Faulkner of propertychecklists.co.uk. And I understand, Kate, you are going to be joining us for a seminar, I believe. Is that right?
I am, and I'm actually there all day. And I run a property clinic, which is completely free of charge. So if anybody has any questions, anything to do with property, especially first-time buyers, I'm there to answer your questions as well, just on a one-to-one basis.
Fabulous, because that's what it basically is, isn't it? I mean, propertychecklists.co.uk is all about first-time buyers, is it? Or is it just about the buying process in particular and what they have to do, what they have to follow? Can you explain a little bit around it for me?
Yeah, I will. So basically the idea is that I worry that there's not enough help for people carrying out a property project, which is independent and up to date, which is very difficult. The laws and the rules change in property on a very regular basis. For example, stamp duty rates change. We have new schemes. Any first-time buyer will know there's a plethora of shared ownership schemes or help to buy, etc. So the idea behind Property Checklists was to provide a completely free resource. You can go into the site, whatever project you're doing, whether it's hanging a door, whether it's you're a first-time buyer and you're not sure, should you do shared ownership, should you carry on renting, should you use the Help to Buy scheme, right through to how to buy abroad, or even build your own home. You could come to a site that you could trust will provide you with the top 10, 15, 20 steps you need to carry out to make sure your property project is successful, and most importantly, you work with the right people in the market. We have a lot of cowboys in our market, a lot of people that will fleece you blind, and by working with us and coming onto the site, hopefully we can prevent that from happening.
Yeah, it must be a particularly scary time. I mean, personally, I think for a first-time buyer as well as just, even somebody who's buying for the second or the third time, all the various things that you have to do, it can be quite frightening. So the talk that you are going to be giving on, am I right in saying it's both days, the Saturday and the Sunday?
It is, yes. So they're in hopefully sunny Brighton, and I believe my talk's about 1:40. And what I know for first-time buyers, having worked with many in the past, is that they get very stressed about the information they hear about property prices in the media, and also really find it difficult to know how to make an offer, and is it a fair offer? And those are the real two stress points. And I can take those away. I can show you how to do that, and I can show you how to really understand property prices in your area, not what everybody's telling you is happening, and that's really crucial.
So basically, it's a complete snapshot of buying that property and the price they're meant to be paying for that property. Is that right?
Absolutely, and understanding. So if we just kind of go through the three things. Firstly, you'll start looking for a property, and you'll probably go to one of the portals and you'll start searching for properties, and they will tell you it's £250,000. And you go, well, is it worth £250,000 is your first question. Will it go for more than £250,000, or could I make an offer of 230 and will that be accepted? So that's exactly in a nutshell what I will help explain. How do you know that property is worth 250, more than 250, or you could get away with it and get a bit of a bargain?
No, that's great. So it sounds like there's a lot of vital tips in that. And I presume, you alluded to it a little bit earlier on about the various ways in which particularly first-time buyers can buy. I think everybody has probably heard about this phrase of the Help to Buy scheme.
Yes.
But I doubt many people understand the unbelievable amount of options you have within the whole umbrella setup of Help to Buy. You said the shared ownership. You've got the renting aspect. I know there's a big portion of the shared ownership, the Help to Buy scheme, which utilises the rental side of all of this. So, will that be covered in the speeches that you're giving as well, Kate, or is that just something they can go perhaps to your website and have a look through?
Yeah, or come and talk to me. So when I run my property clinics, one of the most popular questions I get asked is, I don't know whether to buy a shared ownership property, which is you part buy it and you part rent it.
That's the one.
I don't know whether there is still a scheme called New Buy, which is still available, or whether I should choose one of the two Help to Buy schemes. So there's a Help to Buy 1, which is on new builds, and there's a Help to Buy 2, which is on existing properties. Or should they carry on renting, or should they move back with mum and dad, or move in with friends for a while to save more money and buy in a year or two? So it's a real, anybody coming into the market now, there is such confusing messages coming out as to what's happening in the market. There's a lot of scaremongering going on, which in my view is totally unnecessary. If you want to get on the housing ladder, we will find a way for you to get on the housing ladder. And it might be a long-term plan. You might find we can help you get there sooner than you think. So it's understanding the pros and cons of each of these schemes, and that's what we can help people with on the day. And I know that is a real problem that people come up against. And my job is to help consumers make the right decision for them.
Oh, fantastic. Well, look, that's really great. And Kate, thanks for the introduction and all of that. And certainly, so just to recap, you have a property clinic running both days on the Saturday and the Sunday, which I'm presuming you can come and see. Have you got a particular stand for that?
Yes, we've got a stand. So we'll be next to the First Time Buyer magazine chaps who are going to be there, and we work very closely with them. We have so the book that they have, I've written for them. So that's a joint project that we've done. So if you kind of like what you see, we've also got a very practical book, because as you say, there's tons of things. If you do go from the show and you think, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy, it's got loads of checklists in, loads of things you need to do for yourself. So that's quite helpful. So if you didn't find the First Time Buyer stand, we're right next door. Fantastic.
So you've got the two powerhouses next to each other, and we've got your presentation as well, which I'm sure will be a great help for everybody else. And really, I suppose to summarise then, guys, that's the WhatHouse show. It's the 27th, 28th of September, this weekend coming up at the Hilton Metropole down there in Brighton, right by the seafront, and it should be a fantastic day. So do come along and ask as many questions as you can, because the whole point of having people like Kate there is that these guys have got information and they want to share the information so that you guys can make the right decision on what is arguably probably one of the most important purchases you will ever go through. The first time property you buy will be the one that you love the most, the one that you remember the most, and it's the one that you'll probably need the most help with. So people like Kate are absolutely instrumental. So do come along, do join us this weekend, 27th, 28th, Brighton Metropole, and we hope to see you there. So thanks, Kate. I'll see you on Saturday, no doubt.
Look forward to it. Cheers, James.
See you all.